Good morning, Fellowship Hi-Crest. Today's Jumpstart comes to us from Matthew 15:10 through 20. And I'll be using the NLT, and this is on page 587 of the Blue Bibles. And it says, Then Jesus called the crowd to come and hear. Listen, he said, and try to understand. It's not what goes into your mouth that defiles you, for you are defiled by the words that come out of your mouth. Then the disciples came to him and asked, Do you realize you offended the Pharisees by what you just said? Jesus replied, Every plant not planted by my heavenly Father will be uprooted, so ignore them. They are blind guides leading the blind, and if one blind person guides another, they will both fall into a ditch. Then Peter said to Jesus, Explain to us the parable that says people aren't defiled by what they eat. Don't you understand yet? Jesus asked. Anything you eat passes through the stomach and goes into the sewer, but the words you speak come from the heart. That's what defiles you. For from the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, all sexual immorality, theft, lying, and slander. These are what defile you. Eating with unwashed hands will never defile you. And I'm going to skip around a little bit because going straight through, there's a little bit back and forth. If we read up, we get a little background as to what's going on here. Some Pharisees came to town, and as we already know, these guys are all about the rules. Not just the written law of Moses, but oral tradition, which over the years had come to be held in the same degree of importance as Mosaic law. And one of these was ritual washing. In other words, the whole purity law about ceremonial washing, they made it up. This is what Jesus is talking about in verse 13 and 14. Where he says, Every plant not planted by my heavenly Father will be uprooted, so ignore them. Now let's talk what is meant by the word defile. It's not a word I use much, and it does not mean one of these here. But Jesus is talking about spiritual defilement. He goes on to say that eating with dirty hands will never make someone impure, but words spoken from the heart, lying, slander, and thoughts, and those words meant to cut, that's what defiles a person. And sometimes I really don't always know where I'm at. I don't know where my heart is. It's kind of hard to see when one's kind of in the thick of it. But my words can be a pretty good indicator. If I have to check my words, I have to check my heart and see where I'm truly in line with following Christ. So remember to power up, pour in, spill out. We'll see you tomorrow.